Good evening, everybody. I know it's late. Yeah, I'm straight out of South Central, LA over here. Uh, I need to learn some new things. I need to use my camcorder so all the letters can be correctly. Subscribe over there. As you see in the title, yeah, this is a brief update. I wanted to do it earlier, but my son was slowing down with his homework. So I couldn't find my YouTube shirt, but I said, yeah, let me spoke this. Subscribe down there to the bottom. Let's get to this show real quick. I mean, it's a brief update on SSI benefits, SSDI benefits, and fair use to these podcasters that I'm about to show y'all some reels and things. And man, this is not easy. I only looked at a few of these videos. I didn't get a chance to go all the way through. So feel free to check out these clips I'm about to bring up here to you. And let's get on with the show. And the first video, to start this off very accurately, we're going to look at, I think it's this one. Yes, we're going to start off with this one right here. So have no fear. It's time to share this right here. Let me blow it up. And let's get this thing started. Because I'm down there at the bottom. Oh. Now, this one right here, you see as it say in the highlight, March checks is coming early for some of the individuals. Trump sending 5,000 stimulus checks. Are you eligible? Stay until the end. Trump Social Security Plan. 5 changes that will affect you. So feel free to go to this. I'm going to try to put this clip at the bottom, and we're going to check out what he's talking about right here, right now.
I have big news about stimulus. President Trump has announced that he's going to send $5,000 stimulus. I have all the updates on this breaking news that is coming out of the Doge program. And stay till the end of this video because President Trump has 5 proposals that Republicans in Congress are putting in front of him to reform Social Security. This is going to impact all the 72 million people that are currently receiving benefits. I have done the research. I have all the details for you. If you're new here, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, because all we do is bring you the latest news and updates, anything in and out of Congress that's going to affect your Social Security, disability, food stamps, Medicare, and Medicaid benefits. Now, let me know where you're watching from. As always, before I start my broadcast, I want to know what city and state you're from. So hit me in the comments. Let me know where you're watching this broadcast right now.
Fair use.
So the first round of Social Security payments are about to go out. Checks up to $5,108 are headed out soon. Who is going to receive what? Now, let's talk about the maximum Social Security benefit. Right now, it is at $5,108. It means that if you've paid the maximum into the Social Security program, you are going to get $5,100. And benefits, of course, vary based on individual circumstances. So let's look at how your age and your current circumstances affect your benefit amount. To get the maximum benefit, you should have paid the maximum into the system until age 70 years old. That is when you are claiming benefits. Now, the full retirement age, if you are claiming benefits this year at your full retirement age, the maximum benefit you can get is growing. It's increasing from $3,822
right there
to $4,018. That's for 2025. Now, not everybody retires at their full retirement age. So if you're claiming benefits early at 62, then the maximum benefit you can get from the Social Security Administration is $2,710. So now that you know how much is coming out, what the benefits amounts are, and what the maximum benefits are, What is the average Social Security benefit? Well, it is $1,925 as of November 2024. So
See?
let's get into the details. Now, you may not know this, but the full retirement age went up again in 2025 by 2 months. So if you were born in 1959 and later, your full retirement age as of 2025 is 66 years and 10 months. And then next year, 2026, the full retirement age is going to hit 67 and is going to stay there. But they are even talking right now in Congress of increasing the full retirement age to 69. Stay till the end of this video, because the 5 proposals that President Trump is considering to reform Social Security, one of them includes increasing the retirement age from 67 to 69. So stay tuned. Now,
All right, let's stop right there, y'all, because that seems to be very interesting. Interesting to the point, like it seems like the closer and closer a lot of us get to Social Security age, uh, it seems like we just can't really get a grasp on it. But what those I hope that they're doing is that they're balancing the budget, get it to a real good balance where we can have the cost of living be comfortably, where we won't have to be using these phrases that people used to use back in the day, fixed income. When is that going to ever stop? A fixed income, because you what I've been seeing over the last year, everyone on some sort of kind of fixed income, to where you see the elderly, and you don't get a real good chance to interview them in a YouTube screen or a social activity that we see in these screens. A lot of people, the reason why I'm spinning my channel this way, because I know a lot of individuals is not in social media and knowing the things that are going on. So we really don't get a chance to ask them a lot of questions. Now, I get a chance to ask those that are homelessness some questions. But what do you think about the age increase? Is we really living longer? Or is the possibility of us living longer is if we change our diets, change what we buy, have less food, deserts? What is it? Because now will the SSI and the retirees get to enjoy the benefits of having an EBT card, being that we did put in a lot of years of working and paying into our taxes. So most of these are like refunds due to, if they get a lot of reports on where we can save money and do cuts. What is it that's going to be in place? Individuals, will they be just laid off, transferred? Will we make new agencies? Things are to come. This is not going to happen overnight. See, we got deporting going on. Obama did a lot of deporting. And the news spent it one way, and I'm going to do a show on that, on how they gave, when Obama and other individuals protect the border, it was like, real fluffy pillow talk. So let's get back to the other part of the show, because I have one more clip I want to show y'all, and I think on my notes this time is that James, let's look at the person, James Fishback, the hedge fund guy, the CEO of Azoria, Azoria, Azoria. And this is an interesting take on how this administration came to the conclusion of individuals receiving. And it should be right here. Where is that? That one there. It should be, that's a trip. 1 minute you have it, the next minute you don't. And it's, give me a second. Because 1 minute they want you to have it, the next minute they don't want me to have it. Ain't there something? 1 minute you have it, the next minute you don't. Let me do it again. Well, should we go with this one? This is not easy. And I had it, y'all. See, James Fishback is the one that brought the proposal of that, we should give an incentive to why Americans necessarily may need some funds, some money, some dinero back because they didn't pay it into the system for so many years. And now all of a sudden it seemed like this. See, I don't want to make this seem crazy, but it looked like sometimes you two want to bury stuff. Like, oh man, we don't need everybody to know all of that. I mean, like, well, it's another way to do it. Let me back it up right here. Here it is. It's right here. Ready? So it's not that one. Here we go, y'all. This guy right here, right over here, not him. This is his show, Fair Use, and we're going to get down to it. James Fishback.
As know, initially he had presented this as an idea. Elon Musk said, I am on board with it. I'm going to present it to the president. Donald Trump saw it, said, I like it. And just day after day, it has moved up, up, up. And now we're hearing that Congress is actually considering it as a potential line item to be included in the reconciliation bill, which they are drafting up right now. So, James, thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate it. It is truly an honor.
Keep an eye on that reconciliation bill. If you want to stay more informed of if Congress pick it up, that means it's in the door. It's being moved around. A reconciliation bill. So,
my pleasure, Stephen. Thank you.
So I think let's just go ahead and get right into it. Can you tell us a little bit about where things are at and what's going on with these Doge dividends, what people can expect? And I've got a lot of questions for you on this and Social Security, what the requirements are. We're going to get into all of it, but give us a little bit of where things are at right now.
Absolutely. We developed this proposal at Azoria last month as a way to really pay restitution to hardworking taxpayers who had paid into a system only to have Doge expose so much of that taxpayer funding went to waste, fraud, abuse, and all sorts of nonsense. And so the premise is very simple for everyone. It is take 20% of everything that Doge saves over the next couple of years. We think that can be upwards of $2 trillion in total. So over the next couple of years, take 20% of that, take that and send it as a refund check to tax-paying households all across America. You do that for two reasons. One, they sent their tax money to Washington not to be spent on Sesame Street in Iraq or a transgender opera in Colombia. It effectively means they overpaid their taxes. If the federal government in turn wasted that money, they need a refund in the most literal sense of it. If you go to Walmart, you buy a product, you didn't get what you were promised, you are owed a refund. And the second reason, and the president touched on this on Air Force One last week, is it's going to provide a very powerful incentive for taxpayers all over the country to report wasteful spending that they are seeing with their own eyes. And so, Stephen, look at what Doge has done under President Trump's leadership with Elon and a couple dozen 20-year-olds. Now imagine what's going to happen when we enlist 100 million tax-paying Americans to say, hey, HUD, FEMA, the VA, wherever you're seeing wasteful spending, fraud, or abuse of taxpayer money, call it in. Doge will save more money. And in turn, the Doge dividend check will be even bigger. And so where do we stand right now? I'm in DC right now. I don't live in DC, but I'm in DC right now because our team is meeting with members in the House and the Senate to get this over the line, ideally in the forthcoming reconciliation package. We're honored to have the president's support, Elon's support, the cabinet's support.
Now, let's stop right there. The reconciliation package. I've been in a lot of meetings. See, that's a line item. And what makes it a line item is that they put a title to it, the reconciliation action. Now, that's a new package. Package meaning that is it a new policy, a new plan that's going to take in effect. So I've been in enough meetings for all the years that I've been working, and that's going to be something very interesting, and it's going to get a lot of uproar because everybody is entitled inside that Senate to see what's going to go into this package. But the whirlwind and the frenzy of it all is what else that we didn't pay our taxes on that we don't know about. What that we don't know about that we paid our taxes on. We know we paid our taxes on weapons and other stuff, but imagine what else we do not know what we paid our taxes on. It may be because what we have seen so far, I don't even think we hit the fan. So this is the reason why they want to enlist some of the same. But then the bumper may hit the road because some people may go overboard or may infringe on not having their ways with individuals or family members. Now, a lot of people in just the community sector is looking at that. People like what we used to talk about when I was in my second treatment center, vicious get back. It was like we all had a ticket to get somebody if we see you breaking the rule right in the house, right in that recovery program. So with that right there, let's listen to a little bit more of this update and tell me what you think.
A little bit of pushback on the Hill, but may the best argument win. We are armed with the evidence, with the stats, with everything that they need to make the right decision. And now it's time for us to go in there to make the winning argument and to get this over the line for the country.
So as of today, March 12th, 2025, we're hearing that this is actually being discussed in Congress as we speak this morning. Mr. Fishback's team is in there advocating for getting this done. Now, I think a lot of people are wondering about the qualifications and who's going to be able to get this. And also, as you just mentioned, thank you for clarification on how this is going to be coming about in the amount, because I've seen 5,000 thrown around a lot, and that's if they hit the $2 trillion mark. But essentially, you said at 20%, it could be more, it could be less. It
Correct.
Just depends on the savings. But I'd like to ask the big question I get from a lot of people here on my channel is, Social Security, are they going to be getting a check? Who qualifies for checks? Because a lot of them are saying, I pay taxes my whole life and now I'm not paying into taxes. Am I going to get a check or am I going to get left behind? What's the deal with that?
The good news is that in the legislation that we have drafted, Social Security recipients, of course, will be receiving the check for one simple reason. They worked for years. They paid into the system, Stephen. They saw their tax dollars not be used wisely. They should be at the absolute front of the line versus someone who might have just started. But in this case, everyone's on the same page. Everyone gets the same amount. And that includes not only Social Security recipients, but also folks from the VA. If you're receiving veterans benefits as well, that's how our draft legislation, as we've written it, would go out. If you're paying federal income tax, which is say you're filing a federal income tax return, you are receiving Social Security benefits, or you are a veteran who has served this country and is now receiving VA benefits, you would receive the Doge dividend check. That's what we have brought to Congress. That's the version that we are lobbying for. Of course, there's always going to be some debate back and forth, but we are standing firm on that. Republican or Democrat, you got to see that folks who have worked hard their entire life, paid into Social Security, paid taxes, they deserve the Doge dividend just as much as anybody else.
So y'all heard that point right there. So feel free to go in there and check it out. And I have one more clip coming. So fair use. And feel free to go and check out these two channels I put up there. And that first channel I had up there to that was Food Stamps Now. See, that was that first screen, Food Stamp Now. He always do some real good work. But now we finna say, it's Jimmy time. And his thumbnail is gonna trip y'all out because, man, like I said, I didn't get a chance to really listen to a lot of these screens, but when y'all see his check, well, not his check, but his thumbnail, mine's got $5,108. And y'all saw in the beginning video that that's the occurred money. But then, wait a minute. Let's don't go to this Jimmy. Let's go to someone that already know that they're waiting for something, and it's in an email. So, and that one's right here. I believe it's right here. This thing be cracking me up. Let me do like this. Because at least I did get a chance to see some of this one. This one right here. Ready? Get ready. This gonna be a good one, y'all.
Okay, so before I even get started, just so you know, the Social Security Administration, you can sign up for a My Social Security account. And if you sign up for a My Social Security account, you'll get notifications. You can also, if you don't want to sign up for the My Social Security account, you can just sign up for the Social Security Fairness Act update. And I've shown this before, so I'm not going to go over the details, but basically all you need to do is go onto the website. And if you go onto the website, at the very top, you can just click on the link that will say Social Security Fairness Act update, and then you can add your email, and they'll send you emails anytime there's a change. And so that's what happened today. And let me show you guys what I'm talking about here. So looking at the latest information, and I did a video a few days ago. I was talking about the progress they've had so far when it comes to the Social Security Fairness Act. And back then, it was a very small percentage. I mean, we were down here. And so they were less than 1 million, so like 500,000. And we're talking cases that have been processed and the retroactive payments have been paid. So right now, this is where they are, 71% complete. So they're almost done, 71% complete. Over 2 million, so 2.1 million people, their cases have been processed, they've been sent out their retroactive payments, and now they're waiting for the new adjustment when it comes to the monthly increase. So they have a very small number left, okay? So what is that, 29% left to do, but they've already done 71%. I'm really shocked how fast they were able to do this. I mean, this is like record number when it comes to government agencies. This is like record number movement. I mean, they've gone from 0 to 71% in less than a month, and we're not even less a couple of weeks. So this is a real good sign that they'll be able to get everything done by the end of April, and that is the target there. So April, basically right now, the retroactive payments, they want to have those done by the end of March, and then in April you will see in your when you regularly get your Social Security benefits, you're going to see that increase, that monthly increase. And so this is good. This is really good. A lot of
Now, I want y'all to see this other part. I'm going to move it up, and he got this out the way.
their cases, they couldn't just automate it. So they had to have someone physically look at their cases. And so that might take a little bit more time, or it will take a little bit more time. And they've indicated that. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the emails you guys have been sending me. Remember, you can send me an email, david@thetecshow.com. And this email is from Curly, and she says, "Hi, David, I have a quick question. I just received my lump sum payment. My question is, does the payment account for 12 months, January 2024 through December 2024, or have they included the months of January and February of 2025 in the lump sum check? I understand that they are paying us in April for March's payment. I received the money, but no explanation, not complaining, but just curious. Thanks." So this is a very good question. Now, the first thing that I would recommend is if you don't have an account on the Social Security website, my Social Security account, I would sign up for one because you can get more information there. And I believe the letters are actually in those accounts, so you can take a look at exactly the breakdown. I would assume at this point that they are going up to February. And the reason that I'm saying that is, why send you a retroactive check and then have to send you another retroactive check after that? So I would think that they're going up to February, and then in April, they're going to start issuing the monthly increases, and that's going to show for March. So that is the way I think it's going right now. But if you still have questions, you still have doubt, then maybe you should contact the Social Security Administration, or at the very least, sign up for the My Social Security account, and maybe you can get more further information there. And so that's where I would go with this. I would start with the Social Security website. If you still have questions, then you can contact the Social Security Administration. But I would believe that they're going to go up to February. That's the reason why they sent out the update, and they said that they would be sending out the monthly payments starting in March. Okay, let's take a look at this comment. It says, "Is the $5,000 stimulus still in the works for us?" So as far as we know.
Now, we know it is from the previous video. So, basically what I'm seeing is that, his information have updates, and then you see he didn't apply to some of these websites, and that's a good thing that a lot of our viewers could do. Apply for certain websites right in your state or county, whether it's in housing, SSI, or whatever your interest may pique. So you can be more educated on what's going on in your city, your county. Sign up for things. Sign up to go to some of these meetings. The majority of these meetings are Brown Act meetings, and Brown Act meetings mean they would really love to have community involvement, and you may be elected to run some of these meetings, or be a chair of a meeting or something of that nature. So get involved in your country, get involved in your city and state, and let me see if I can find that. It's Jimmy one. Give me a second on this, and then we're gonna wrap this show up. And where is Jimmy? Oh, here we go. Let's back it up. And I haven't seen this one, so. And here we go.
This way you'll get updates. videos and future updates. I keep you up to date here and everything going on here in our country on a daily basis. We got all these major Trump tariffs going on here, which is creating big news. Also, I'll keep you up to date here on the Trump $5,000 stimulus checks or the Doge refund checks here that Trump and Elon Musk are backing, which could be up to $5,000. I'll keep you up to date here on that and everything going on here on a daily basis. So make sure you guys subscribe and then click the bell icon after you subscribe. It's completely free to do so. This way you'll get updates and help me reach 500,000 subscribers.
Woo!
All right, here we go. Take a look. First up, Republican Senator Lindsey Graham advocating for raising the retirement age for Social Security benefits to keep the program solvent and to keep the program alive. I've been telling you guys, if you've been watching me here for a while, Social Security is set to run out here in as little as 8 years or less. And something is going to have to be changed here, or else Social Security could run out of money. Yeah, so take a look here. Senate Budget Committee Chairman Lindsey Graham talked with reporters after he arrived at the Capitals. This is just the photo information here. But South Carolina senior senator said here that Congress should require people to work longer in the future to collect full Social Security retirement benefits, though he offered no specific age suggestions. Quote, why is that? U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham asked rhetorically at the Columbia Rotary Club's monthly meeting. Quote, there are less people working and people are living longer.
Do y'all hear that? Acts at the Rotary Club monthly meeting. So, you know, as American, people join a whole lot of clubs, Rotary Club, Elk Club, Lion Clubs. My brother, we had the reception at one, I believe, was it the Elk or was it the Lion? Well, it was one of those clubs. I think it was the Elk Lodge. And then we went way out there in Victorville, and it was another one. So somebody in the family is part of the lodge. On the marital side of my brother's life. May he rest in peace. So let's get back to this.
South Carolina Republican said to answer his own question. Something must be done to keep the program solvent and to ensure payments continue well into the future, he told a room full of constituents, mostly 60 years and above, according to a show of hands by age group. Americans can start receiving their monthly retirement benefits as early as age 62, but under a deal struck during the Reagan administration, anyone born after January 1st, 1960 can't collect full benefits until they turn age 67. But that 42-year-old deal didn't solve the problem indefinitely. Here's the rub. The federal government Social Security reserves for retirement benefits will be depleted in 2033, which is now less than 8 years away. Think about that. According to an annual report last May to the Social Security Board of Trustees, this is now only about 7.5 years away. So we're getting closer and closer. Lindsey Graham stressed Monday he believed the program that aids almost 1.3 million South Carolinians alone must continue. Quote, Social Security really matters for a lot of people, and I don't want to lose it, said Senate Budget Committee Chairman. So let's sit down together and save it.
Now, ain't that something? See, so what it's looking like, it's a lot of people that's senators, a whole lot of people is coming up on retirement and they don't want to lose it. And all along, this has been some type of, they have board of trustees, and you can see why people may say, wow, it's like some kind of pyramid ponds in the pond, sham or scheme. So, you know, man, I'm talking about Feel free to check out It's a Kevin Show. This has been like, a real exhilarating stream. And man, see, there's some more in that, but where is we going to go in this? Because see, I'm 60 and I'm coming up on it. And then I can look on the back end and see what when you're back end, and if we don't change some of the housing issues, some of the cost of living issues, it can take a strain, especially if we're not creating families. And then sometimes it may look like, you have people that's in these positions that may be like, a little disappointed in the family, or it's like it's a lot of mishandling of the funds and taxes. So they even have rumors out there that, some of our tax money be in the SP 500, be in the stock market, be in investments. And this investment into Social Security, and we got into 2033. And then out here in LA, we got the Olympics coming in 2028. Wow, man. It's like, woo. So it's a lot of work that's going to have to be done. So hopefully I didn't give y'all enough information. And let's go back to that first video, because I really like the way that person does that screen, man. Food stamps. Because, man, that one is something else, because it's like, let's get back to this one right here. Let's get finished and see what else is Jimmy going to talk about.
More than 73 million people nationwide received Social Security benefits in January 2025 alone. Not all of them are retired. About 4.9 million people receive payments due solely to a disability. Recipients also include young survivors, according to figures from Social Security. In 2021, the program began paying out more in benefits than it collects from workers. So let that sink in alone. In 2021, the program began paying out more in benefits than it collects from workers.
Wow. So, let's just end it right there, because this is just starting to be just too much. Too much. And until then, I hope y'all enjoyed the show. And subscribe, share the video, be educated, learn something. And this is your boy, MC. This is like one of my good old pop locking shirts. Boom. That I would use some of the time, like if I'm performing. But, it's something to do. Man, I just can't. This is a lot of information. I mean, like, leave something in the chat. Send me some of your screams and videos. Subscribe. Send me some updates. And then we can chop it up live or in the back end. I'm still learning how to do this stuff. Got to learn how to do the Patreon. And this is MC. It's like recovery to reset. Man, that was a lot of information to take in. I'm saying, whoa. And until then, keep coming back. How do you sign out? And I hope y'all enjoyed the program.